Good evening. It's 9:51 p.m. on a Wednesday in West Virginia. This is another edition of the Outbreak podcast, the Outbreak series podcast, and I'm Taylor. Just giving it a trial run right now to see what the background looks like. So anyway, let's get to the numbers. But before I get to the numbers, do me a favor and click the subscribe button down there to my left side, your right side. Cool, I appreciate it, thank you. And make sure you check out my other podcasts, 1 through 5 or 6. I forget, this could be 7, I don't know. Just check out my other podcasts, okay? They're really good. Great content. So, Senate still hasn't agreed on anything yet for us little people. But the numbers are going way up. I think during my last podcast, which was on Friday, I believe the numbers were, on Friday, 32,356 total confirmed cases in the U.S., 414 deaths. In the epicenter of New York State, 15,168 confirmed, 114 deaths, 102 in D.C., 12 in West Virginia, with 385 tests given. Well, the updated numbers are, I don't really have them on me, but they're somewhere in the 95,000 total confirmed cases and about the 850 total confirmed deaths, something like that. Hotspots still in New York, but there's a lot of other little hotspots heating up. Louisiana, that's one. Michigan, that's another. Florida is creeping up there. Cali, Jersey, Massachusetts, and even West Virginia has 39, up from 12 on Friday. And I think they've only done, if my memory serves me right, 800 some tests. So that's still not a lot of testing being done here, okay? So this is just a test run. This is just the intro. I'm going to take a little break, and I'll be right back. And I may have a special guest for you, or two. Just all depends. All right, catch you here in a minute. Bye. You recording? Buenos tardes, mis amigos. Welcome. I'm back for part 2. Part 1 that you just watched was Thursday, March 26th. I'm sorry, it was Wednesday, March 25th. Right now, it's Thursday, March 26th. And I'm coming at you from Cliff's room. So, I want to go ahead and get into the numbers. Things have been happening fast recently, so as of now, United States has 75,000 plus confirmed cases of the coronavirus with 1,100 deaths. D.C. has 231 with 3 deaths, and West Virginia is all the way up to 52. No deaths yet in West Virginia. So the Senate finally passed that bill. It was unanimous. Democrats and Republicans all voted yes on the recovery bill, and that bill is going to help the American people survive through this pandemic and help the economy a little bit through this epidemic. Excuse me. So that's a good thing. Now it has to still go to the House. The House votes tomorrow. But it's expected that they're going to pass that unanimously. So what that means for you and me, depending on your your economic status or your house, whether you have children, you should be receiving a check in the mail at some point. So that's a good thing. It's going to help the economy a little bit. It's going to help you pay some bills. So we'll see. We'll see. And I hope it does come. By the way, this is our bearded dragon here. He's the man. Just so you know. Okay. So a couple things. First off, Trump did say he wanted to get America open, get business back and running, up and running on by Easter. He wanted to have the churches filled by Easter. So there's been a lot of discussion on that. And basically, Trump doesn't control the timeline. It's basically what this coronavirus decides to do, So it hasn't peaked in any of the hot spots yet. But even after it peaks in some of the hot spots, it's going to move towards the center of the country, which we do have some hot spots there. First and foremost, Louisiana and New Orleans. They've been getting cases, confirmed cases, very rapidly. More rapidly than anywhere in the world is what they're saying. And I'll get back to you on that source, but that's just what I've heard. So, maybe this warm weather will do something. All the scientists are still learning about this new virus that we have no immunity for. So, we'll see what happens there. It is beautiful here today. It's in the 70s. And the outlook for the weekend is 70s, perfect golfing weather, perfect swimming weather, but I guess we can't do any of that, But I do have a deck that's very nice and a yard, so I plan on being outside as much as possible and thinking outside the box as far as activities for myself, my kiddos, this and that, So I wanted to get you those numbers, so now you have them. Hope for the best. Take care of yourself, and remember what I said. You control your life. You control what goes on here. Okay, you have control. You are in control. Just make some smart decisions. And I was going to end it with a quote, and I think I still will end it with a quote. If you just give me one sec. Whoever can guess where this quote is from will receive a prize. All right, directly from me. So, I'll get right back to you on that quote, okay? All right. Peace. Okay, so I'm back for this, I don't know, quote slash joke. Anyway, here it goes. Here's a joke, boy. One day this man walks out of his house to go to work. He sees this snail on his porch, so he picks it up, chucks it over his house into the grass. Snail cracks his shell all to shit on some rocks, and that snail lies there dying. But you know what? That snail doesn't die. It eats some grass, it slowly heals, grows a new shell, and after a while it can crawl again. One day that snail up and heads back to the front of the house. Finally, after a year, the little guy crawls back on the porch. Right then, that man walks out of the house and sees the snail again right on his porch. So he says to the snail, "What the fuck's your problem?" Hey, when you figure that joke out, you'll figure the streets out, man. Alright? Well, my boy says, you know, I already figured him out. I already figured those streets out. You know, it's all about smiles and cries. Smiles and cries, yeah. You gotta control your smiles and cries, because that's all you have. And nobody can take that away from you. You're in control, baby. This is my beautiful cat, Tiger, by the way. Yeah. Alright. We'll talk to you later. Peace out.